Okay, so now we're going to go on to rounding to the nearest hundred. We're going to talk about that. And this is actually going to take 2 pieces of paper because a number line going to the hundreds, this is all marked up because I'm using permanent marker. So that's why you have that spotted paper underneath. I don't want to ruin my table. Anyway, so now we're going to do the very same steps, only we're going to be doing this for rounding to the nearest hundred. Oops, wrong marker. Okay, so let's count by hundreds. 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. I'm going to go on to my next piece of paper over here. Okay, 800, 900, 1,000. And again, it goes on higher, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to worry about these numbers, okay? So again, let's draw a number line with our hundreds. Now because we have more digits using a hundreds place, I need a longer number line. So we'll see how far I have to go here. I'm not going to finish my standard number line because I'm going to have to go onto this page. I don't know how much I'll need. Okay, so we're going to start with 100. Now I could have started with 200 or 300 or 400. Doesn't matter because the principle is still the same. So 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Now remember, there's smaller numbers in between here. There's 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 9, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, but we don't need to worry about those right now. Okay, so let's see. What am I doing? I did that wrong. I should have done 100, 200. Is that right? No. I'm counting right. Gotta go by the tens. Okay, sorry, I confused myself. 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, because I'm only going up to 300. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, 210, 220. Slide this over. Continue my number line. 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300. There we go. I got it. Yay. Okay, now I'm going to underline. It's really important that we keep the correct symbols here. I'm going to underline my hundreds. Probably should have put some tape on there. Okay, so I'm just going to underline my hundreds that I have in my skip counting up here. So I have 100, I have 200, and I have 300. Now I'm going to identify the numbers close to 200. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Make sure you can see all the ones you need to see. Okay, close enough. All right, so 210 is close to 200. 190 is close to 200. 220 is close to 200. 180 is close to 200. 230 is close to 200. 170 is close to 200. 240 is close to 200. And 160 is close to 200. Now I'm going to show that I round these up and I round these down to 200. Okay? Now let's slide over here to find numbers close to 100. 110 is close to 100, 120 is close to 100, 130 is close to 100, 140 is close to 100, all of these round down to 100. Okay, sliding this way. Hopefully you're not getting seasick. Here we go. Okay, numbers that are close to 300, 290, 280, 270, 260. These are close to 300. Okay, now you will notice that I skipped some numbers. I skipped 250. Some of you may see a pattern here if you're thinking back to the tens number line that we did. And we skipped 150. Okay? Now, remember our rule about the number exactly in the middle? If I use my fingers to demonstrate the number in the middle, I'll put one finger at 100, one finger at 200, move this one in one, 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 boom, 150 is exactly in the middle. So the rule is a number that is exactly in the middle rounds where? Rounds up. To the higher number. All the way back. Try to get my marker with that. To the higher number. This is too much to get on the screen all at once. Okay, so a number that is exactly in the middle rounds up. Let me slide this over again. We see that word rounds up to the higher number. Any higher number? No, the next 100 in this case. So, considering that rule, let's look at 150. 150 is exactly in between 100 and 200, so it rounds to the higher number. So it goes that way. So 150 also rounds to 200. 250 is smack dab in the middle of 200 and 300, and it rounds up to the next higher number. So 250 also rounds to 300. Okay, now let's look at 150 and 250. Look at the tens place. What do you see in the tens place? There and there. Do you see a pattern? When we did rounding to the tens, we had a 5 in the ones place, made it automatically exactly in the middle. If you have a 5 in the tens place when rounding to the hundreds, then you know that you're in the middle and you will round up. Does not matter what is in the ones place. Don't worry about the ones place. So let's write ourselves a thing to remember. Let me zoom out again because I'm going to be back to regular paper here in a second. It gets stuck on the thing I have it rigged on, so that's the trouble I'm having. Okay, I think that's about right. Okay, so remember, when rounding to the, now we're in the hundreds. Hundreds place. Round up, there's that word again, that term. Round up if there is a 5 in the tens place. And I just realized something. This place belongs to the tens, so I need an apostrophe. I've not been putting apostrophes.